Yeah, give you a little of my life story. Me and my mother, we on a fallout right now. Now, um, you know, once I paint that picture to y'all, y'all will have a better understanding why I'm expressing, my feelings the way I am about my mother. We haven't spoken in 2 years, and today we bumped into each other. And one thing about my mother is, she's an ex-drug addict, probably still using. My whole part of my mother's side of that family, they all addicted or strung out on something. It's like I was born into the drugs. I was born um, into that street life. Um, a normal day for me was waking up in the morning and my mother screaming at me because she don't got her dope and she's withdrawing, she's sick, and I'm over here trying to get ready for school and she's bitching at me, yelling at me because I can't get her a cigarette. Um, like I could run out there at 13 and go get her a dope bag so she could get fixed. This was my life. That was a normal day for me growing up, going to school, from kindergarten all the way up. It's been drugs, violence, jails when it comes to my mother. Raising me and my brother. I have another brother and I have a sister. My sister, she gave away when she was 4 years old because she couldn't handle her at all because she was mentally retarded and she had, a lot of issues that my mother had no patience to hold and gave up on her, just gave her up for adoption, just like that. And now I have a daughter that's 5 years old, that's autistic. And yeah, I'm having a hard time because this is my first time dealing with a child that had this autistic. And yes, it is difficult. She's still not speaking. And she don't just listen or pay attention like a normal person like you and I. So it's been difficult, but I've been doing this since day one, since she came out the hospital. I've been there for her. Hard body. I ain't never giving up on her. I don't care how hard it get. Life is hard, period. Me being on drugs, strung out on dope and crack and all that's hard. That was a hard life. Waking up having to get that. And it all starts from the root of it. Starts from my mother. And then her mother. And then her mother. I had to break that cycle. I had to break that chain. And I had to say, you know what? Enough's enough. I can't take this no more. I don't want this for me or my daughter. And you know what? It took me 40 years to get it right. I'm not even going to stunt. I went through a lot. I was already at 13 smoking crack with my mother. She in a room filled with crack fiends. And they breaking me off. She even moved in a crack dealer. And had a crack dealer living in he took over my room. She rented out to a drug dealer. Our landlord, they smoke crack too. He was paying the rent with crack. Paying his room with crack. He had to give up no cash at all. Yes. 13, 16, I was going to school. Yes, I had to come home to that. A drug dealer took over my room and a room full of crackheads. That was my life. You know how many times I had to fend for myself? That she went and got locked up. Or she was missing 2 weeks at a time. Stuck in a motel somewhere, just blowing her brains out, getting high. And I don't know what's going on. I gotta send my brother, wake up in the morning, send him to get him dressed, to send him to school and all that. And most of the time he went to school smelling like piss. Pissy ass clothes. That his assistant teacher, she went and got temporary custody of him. Cause that's how bad it was. But she seen that he was a good kid. This was like, you know, me and my brother, we was all in foster homes. I was in foster homes for 3 years. In and out. You know, the like my mom didn't raise me. The streets raised me. The hood raised me. Friends from the streets. That raised me. My mother did not raise me at all. And I know they say you only got one mother, and always try to keep everything good because she could die. And listen, me and my mother's relationship is totally different than a normal person's relationship. I mean, there's a lot of people that can relate to me, and a lot of people have family members that are drug addicts, and that it affected their lives some type of way or another, and it got me good. And I'm not putting the whole blame on my mother. No, I'm not. Because I had a choice. I had a choice. I didn't have to go in the direction my mother went down. I didn't have to go that way. I could have went in my own direction. I could have took my own path. Once I realized that you could write your own life, that you could write your own story, chapter after chapter, you dictate your destiny. You're the one that controls your destiny. You are. Whatever you want to accomplish and you put in your mind that you want to get done, it could get done. See, but I didn't have that mindset back then. The mindset I had was of my mother's. She was physically, verbally abusing me. She put me in the hospital 2 or 3 times. I had to get stitches. And then I had to lie to the nurses and the doctors and tell them that I fell off my bike. Things of that nature. And at the end of the day, the one that used to disrespect my mother the most was my brother. He would throw all that in her face. Oh, you was a whole process. Oh, you ain't never done shit for me. None of that. He's like that. Where I always gave her the utmost respect and try to treat her like a mother because I went down her path. And once I knew and understood what she went through, that's why I did that, and I accepted it, and I just forgave her for myself, for growth, and for me to move on. And it was crazy. One day I came home from school. I go to use the bathroom, and she's over the sink with a Mexican just trashing her out in the bathroom. He didn't even take all his clothes off. He just had his pants down to his knees. That's what I came home from school. I came home from school to see that. I'm going home from school, put my book bag up, I'm going to change, wash up to go play basketball, whatever, meet girls, whatever. And I go to the bathroom to see that. My mom tricking with a Mexican in the bathroom, pants down. I open the door, she's like, oh, it's all right. He got dressed and ran out the house. That was my life.